What is up, YouTube? I'm back in Toronto after, whirlwind 3-4 months, certainly a whirlwind of a week. I was in LA, chess boxing for the first time ever in my life, that's for damn sure. Part of Ludwig's event. It was totally sick, but I haven't rewatched the fight with a real attention to detail. I have definitely watched it back, so I know what I looked like in there, but I wanted to check it out and just give you my thoughts, reactions, and what was going through my head at the time. So, without further ado, let's get into this thing.
This next fight is so exciting.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
We previewed it a little bit.
Yep.
This is a Grand Master of Chess, the hardest title to achieve.
Yep.
It's what like maybe 1,000 plus people have right now.
About 1,300 people currently walking the planet have this title.
Very difficult to achieve in one.
I mean, thank you, Levy, because that definitely makes it sound more exclusive. But I believe the number is a little bit closer to 1,800 now. Obviously, it's a number that gets updated every week. It feels like there's another strong player, but I am a grandmaster. But yeah, there's probably about 1,750, 1,800 people in the world that have that title right now.
One of them is Aman,
Yes.
aka chessbrah, who is going to be going up against Lawrence Trent, an international master, the penultimate title, one step away from grandmaster.
Yes.
This is the highest level chess boxing match in terms of chess that's ever been broadcast in the history of the sport.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and the sport is still so young. There's still so many innovations left to happen. And you start getting some high brain power, high ELO guys like this coming into the sport, anything's possible. Like, we're only 20 years old. We start getting some guys like this. Like, I can't wait to see what comes out of this kind of matchup, what new strategies, what kind of highlights. It's incredible.
And I mean, that is pretty cool. I'll just stop and say, like, I know there's another grandmaster, Eric Braun, from Germany. I've actually played him in chess over the board, funny enough. But he did some chess boxing. I think it was like an exhibition, so it wasn't like a professional fight or anything. So some people quote his name, other people don't. I'm not too hopped up on trying to get in any record books, but I think it's awesome to be one of the first GMs to do it. And, I was up against Lawrence in International Masters, so very cool to be such a high elo chess boxing fight. I'm proud. I will say that.
Well, hey, let's not do the talking. Let's let these competitors tell us the story of Lawrence versus Aman.
Just introduce yourself for me.
Hey, what's up? My name's Aman Hambleton, grandmaster in chess, complete noob in boxing, but pretty excited about this chess boxing event because honestly, like, I think I'm probably the highest rated guy to ever do it. And I might also be the worst boxer to ever do it, but I swear I'm the highest rated chess player.
I'm Lawrence Trent. I'm from London originally. I live in Berlin. I'm an international master in chess. Why did you sign up for a chess boxing event? Well, I belong to a chess boxing club in Berlin. In fact, the creator of chess boxing as a sport, where it is now, his name is Ipe Rubing. He was really the godfather of this sport, and I got to know him when I moved to Berlin. He was really the godfather of this sport. He created the infrastructure that exists today, and I got hooked on it.
I just feel like this is such a Lawrence thing. I just feel like chess boxing is like made for Lawrence Trent. I think you excel if you're not necessarily the best in either category, and we know Lawrence is not that great in chess, so I just feel like it's kind of a good thing for him.
Are you happy with your opponent? Yeah, I'm very happy. I like Aman. I've known Aman, for years. We're not super close or anything. I think he's a cool dude, but he picked a really bad time to fight me because I've got a lot I want to get out. It's been a tough few months for me, and unfortunately, he's the guy I'm going to get it out on, and he's in for a pretty brutal time in there.
Is there anything you want to say to Lawrence?
Honestly, I feel like Lawrence is kind of the one saying things to me. He's a really chatty guy. I think he likes to sell a... No, I don't have any special message for Lawrence, but I just think that he's probably underestimating me right now.
If he survives the boxing and manages to luck out in the chess, that's the way he's going to win. There's just no other way he can win this fight.
What's your biggest...
Well, I mean, yeah, obviously, those are some funny words to hear now. But I truly believe in my core the words that I ended that interview on, which was that I think Lawrence Trent was underestimating me. I think a lot of people were. I thought I was really well prepared. I was training very hard. I was training against people and sparring with people that were not only much better than me, but much better than Lawrence could have possibly ever been. It's not a dig at Lawrence. It's like he just can't get that good. Like I'm training against people who have boxed before, have been training for 20 plus years. And I get the feeling that if I can hang in the ring with them, if I can take punches from them, I should be fine against Lawrence. So that was my training, and I felt really good about it. And all the Twitter stuff that he was posting and just all the general comments from the public about me, my boxing, everything, I just felt super underestimated, and I was honestly okay with that. That's exactly where I wanted to be. Underestimated, but I wasn't lacking confidence. So I was poised to be the underdog.
And with that, we are ready for our Fansly walkouts. Take it away, Jerma.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for our 6th fight?
I will just say before this walkout happens that you should check out my boy Omid Malik. He's not only a very good chess player in his own right, he's got a streams chess on Twitch, but check him out on Spotify, YouTube, Omid Malik. You'll be able to find his music there. He's a rapper. He's a very close friend of mine. And when I heard that I had to do a walkout song and they were looking for copyright free, I was like, no, this is not even a question. I want to get my boy Omid in there to walk out to one of my pretty much my favorite song that he has. And let's make it a live performance. I think I was one of the only walkout performances that had something like this going on. So I thought it was pretty cool, and it definitely got me super hyped before the fight.
Fighting out of the white corner, at 6 foot even, weighing 183 pounds. Give it up for Aman.
Now, of course, Aman, the GM that we are talking about, as he said, the highest rated.
Money check, swagger check,
what?
trip check,
Oh,
cut the
shit.
check. You know I say fly like a jet. I'm a triple threat. Watch me flex. Money check,
We got a live
swagger
performance.
check, trip check, cut the check. You know I say fly like a jet. I'm a triple threat. Watch me flex. I'm original, not fictional. Haters hate on me cause I'm miserable. Fans love me as an individual. Went from viral, cloud to digital. Got on my Twitch, you act like whoa. Here comes a trip shot, here comes a go. Give me my ops, give me my props. I'm licking my chops, shout to my pops. Still in me, hustle and save. I've been raised on this big stage. And you don't see that I rhyme with ease. God bless me, I didn't have to sneeze. I make other rappers feel like
Coming in all the way from Toronto, Aman's close friend and rapper performing on his behalf. This crowd is going wild.
I think he wrote a diss track or something.
Yeah, what?
Is that what I'm understanding the words to be?
There's a lot of checks in there.
You know what the craziest part is?
What?
That guy's like a 2200 rated player too.
The rapper?
Yes.
What the fuck am I witnessing?
It's fucking crazy. That's pretty fucking cool.
Only at a chess boxing event. Well, hey, give it up!
There's first of all, shout out to everyone in the crowd there. A lot of chessbrah fans, supporters. I do want to say it felt like I had home field advantage for this fight. Lawrence obviously traveled from Europe to get here, so maybe that's just going to be the case. But the support from the chessbrah community was massive. We had like 30 to 50 people filling up a section right near the ring. And believe me, I noticed it and it helped. Also, shout out to chess.com CEO Eric right there in the middle of the screen. But yeah, that walkout was sick. It got me hyped up. I got the robe on and everything. Had this custom made Hambleton on the back. Got the chessbrah logos and everything. So just coming out, I was feeling good. I was in the zone.
For Aman one more time.
I'm making moves, I'm shaking
Guys, I cannot understate how epic this is.
Of course, we have his opponent.
Oh! Alright, this is fucking sick.
And fighting out of the black corner, at 5'11", weighing 187 pounds, Lawrence the Immortal Trent.
Oh, that's intimidating.
Are the Jabberwockies here?
Yeah, it looks like they are about to perform. 2 live performances in one night. What a treat. And tell me who that is. He's holding up a
Lawrence Trent is walking out with a picture of chessboxing founder Ipe Rubin over his head. An homage to founder of the sport and Sony.
I always thought this was a little funny. It's like a pretty serious moment, and obviously the picture that he was holding is who he was talking about in his interview before the fight. Ipe, like pretty much godfather of this chess boxing sport, created it, made it what it is today. He comes out with a photo of him because I believe that he just passed away. But then it's just like weird, like the photo just kind of gets put on the ground and like, you know, face down. So I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Probably not what I would do with a photo of someone like that, but I think at some point it's like, you know, this is the meaningful moment, but it's time to get to the action.
He passed away in 2020, tragically during the pandemic.
Wow. Okay.
Lawrence trained with Ipe in Berlin. That's how he got his chess boxing start, and he's fighting in his honor this evening. Yo, I cannot wait for this fight. This is what dreams are made of.
Oh, Lawrence trying to hype up the crowd. And of course, if you are in the crowd, it's your time to take out your phones and predict who do you think will win. A great guess on the last round. Can you go 2 for 2? Let's hear it once for GM Aman. And let's hear it if you think it's going to Lawrence Trent.
This one could seriously go either way.
This fight is so close, and the craziest thing is we actually have zero idea about the boxing. No clue.
And hey, I think the crowd's right there with us. It looks like a 51%, maybe 52% to 48% in favor of Trent. Very, very close. It's basically a toss-up at this point. The crowd doesn't know. The only known variables are that there's a slight advantage. Now, talk to me. What's GM versus IM? How big of a difference is that actually?
None. There's no difference. Like,
actually,
there is a difference in slow chess.
Sure.
There is zero difference here.
You think?
The chess is 100% even.
Okay.
I have a very strong feeling this will be decided in some capacity by the damage that the boxing does.
I mean, I just can't let the video play after a comment like that. Here's what I'll say. Got to give Levy gotta give him some credit because he's as a commentator, he's speaking to a large audience of people, and he only has a limited time to convey the message to the people about what's about to happen. But the point is, I think he's trying to say, like, you're about to witness a match where the chess is going to be super, super even, and if there's an advantage, you literally probably won't even be able to tell, and the boxing is going to basically be what decides it. That's how I feel about the match too. But while I felt like I was being underestimated in my boxing, I also strongly felt like my chess was being seriously undervalued. And I mean, look, I'm not a very competitive over-the-board classical player. My FIDE rating, for a GM is a bit of a joke. I mean, it's gone well below 2,500, approaching 2,400 now. And Lawrence's is 2,400 for an IM, which is more normal. But the work that it takes to get GM, the difference between myself and Lawrence, I mean, I'm betting on myself every single time. So while I give Levy some credit there, I think the comment is definitely not one I can accept and wildly out of pocket. Difference between IM and GM, especially because I don't play classical anymore, and I do play blitz chess mainly on stream, and that's probably what I'm much better at now. I mean, I think I'm a clear favorite against Lawrence. So that's all I'll say about that. Also, for this thing you see on your screen right now, everything's accurate, but the weight, I actually weighed in 185.6 pounds. Lawrence was 184.8. So I was actually heavier than him at the weigh-in. These weights were from like a couple days or a week prior when they were checking in on our weights. So they didn't actually have the graphics fully updated, but I actually weighed in heavier than Trent, which was a good weigh-in, an intimidating weigh-in. So we were both around 185 at the fight.
Absolutely.
Well, let's take a look at the tail of the tape here. It gives us a bit of an idea. Now, there's some advantages, it seems, just by raw stats in terms of weight for Lawrence, 4 pounds heavier, but Aman has a bit of a bigger reach. He's a bit taller. What do you see here, Matt?
Yeah, so a little bit more youth and a little bit lighter on Aman's side, a little bit heavier, a little bit older on Lawrence's side.
Guys, remember though, it was a 40-pound gap to start. Aman has gained 15 pounds. Lawrence lost 25. Who does that favor?
Yeah, so losing the weight, Lawrence became leaner and meaner. Gaining the weight, Aman put on a lot more muscle. Both have been training boxing, but Lawrence has been training boxing longer. Aman picked this up months ago when it was slotted for this fight and has taken to it extremely well. I've seen both training and sparring footage from both fighters. It's going to be close.
Here we go.
Guys, I've played both of these guys, and I think we're going to get a London system, and we do. A London on the board. Aman's pet line. I've played about 20 times on the black side of a London system when I've played Aman Hamilton in Blitz games. I've played Lawrence a lot less. Already a very...
So I played a London here. Lawrence came out with this move, knight d5. Kind of hard to show without a board, but point was it was definitely a surprising move. I knew he was going to surprise me because I played the London. It's so easy to predict, but I knew he was going to surprise me, and I just wanted to pick whatever the safest option was. No drama, no funky lines, no theory. So I did give up my London bishop here. I took his knight on b8, which was my last move, and I just wanted to get that solid London setup. But honestly, I wasn't too worried about the chess because I felt like boxing was going to decide everything. Not like I knew I was going to KO him or whatever, but I was planning to be hyper aggressive in the boxing, and even if I had a slightly worse or equal chess position, I wasn't concerned about that.
Sharp position. Bishop has traded for the knight.
And right off the bat, we are moving so much faster than the other P. Those first 4 or 5 moves were so much quicker than any of our other matches. So the experience in chess really coming through.
Yeah, we have an early trade in the center. Very stable. This is going to be a very stable chess game.
And
very
worth noting that the coin flip was won by Aman, so he not only is a higher-rated chess player, also by title, he also gets the white pieces. Is that a big advantage here, you think, Levy?
Not really, but he does get to a place of comfort much faster. So they have played these two guys like a 6-game match back in 2019. That's the last time they played any chess.
I don't even remember that.
And Aman played 3 London systems against Lawrence then. He drew twice, and he lost 1. But he lost that one on time. He was winning in that game, so he gets to a position of comfort. You see him moving quickly, confidently. He's got a nice position, good space advantage. Very easy moves get to be played in the London system. That's why a lot of people like to play it.
And we're coming up on halfway through the chess round, already a very developed board. Levy, what are you seeing between these two? Any kind of advantage, positional or otherwise?
So it's tough to kind of say it and also digest it to the crowd. Essentially what I will say is both guys got what they wanted. Aman got a little bit more of what he wanted. He has a very nice and harmonious position. See how all of White's pieces are in the center there? That's nice. We talked about that. Control of the center of the ring, control of the center of the chessboard. Aman is happier right now, but it is a tiny gap to be happy about. The boxing is about to get underway here in about 30 seconds, and that's really going to be the difference maker.
So I guess because Aman has played against Trent with this exact same opening, and he's never lost it, maybe he doesn't have a good chance of checkmating and winning, but he has a much higher chance of not losing, not getting checkmated.
And in terms of player styles, Aman is very stable and consistent. Lawrence can be erratic. He can throw attacks out of nowhere. He takes a lot more risk. He plays a lot more crazy openings and dubious openings, which by traditional standards are not very good. Look for Lawrence to actually start fighting, not just in the ring, but also on the chessboard. Lawrence is looking for something. Aman is squeezing him right now. Not physically. We're going to get to that. And the arbiter stepping in. We have 5 seconds left on the clock. Aman has an early advantage on the chessboard, but here comes the boxing.
Yeah, so I'll just say, like, this chess position, I thought Levy described it like fairly well. Like I said, I'm just trying to like chill. I won the coin toss. I picked the white pieces. I'm gonna play the London. He knows that. He came with a little surprise in the beginning, but I think I got exactly what I wanted. He messed up with his queen b6 move. You see, I have my pawn on c5 there. Once I got that, I mean, any good chess player will look at this position and be like, wow, white just has such a stable edge. It's probably going to be long games. Hard to just win this position outright, in the next 10 moves or something. But I have nothing to worry about. I have a protected pass pawn, and I'm not going to dive into much about the chess, but I will say that I knew I was better. Lawrence knew I was better. And that was a huge confidence boost going into the boxing, just knowing that you have that chest position to fall back on. So I felt very, very good. Everything was just going well. The walkout was great. The chest went great. So I was just feeling good at this point.
And slight advantage on time to Lawrence Trent. Here we go. This is what it all comes down to. This is the big question mark between these two. Gloves are coming on. They're about to go at it.
It's such a question mark. Okay, because like these two guys, I know them so well. I know there's a lot of folks here right now who support various streamers and much bigger influencers, but chess players, I've played both of them, I know both of them, and the last footage we've seen of them training is over 30 days old. We legitimately have no idea. The only people that know how good they are themselves and their coaches.
They went radio silent, didn't want to give any of that scouting information away. Now, Levy, have you fought either of these opponents?
So I will just say, like, not totally accurate. I feel like most people during this fight and the lead up to the fight were paying attention to Lawrence on Twitter. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I get that, but Twitter is not where the world is. Like, that's not the only place in the world. I was posting vlogs on our YouTube channel. Big shout out to Jeff, who filmed and edited all of those. But yeah, even leading up to the fight, even the day before the fight, a couple days before, I was still posting vlogs on the YouTube channel. So there was some stuff. Obviously, I was withholding like the serious information where you could actually use it maybe against me. But I was posting boxing content footage behind the scenes all the way leading up to the fight. So I was a little quieter at first, some months ago, but that's because we were filming all the content. And then once we had it all, we edited it and got it released. So I definitely wasn't fully radio silent the way they're talking about, but I'm not sure those vlogs got the traction that we would have hoped. So, hey, if you're watching this video, check out, we've got 5 parts to this vlog, behind the scenes, the training, all the preparation for this fight that you're watching right here. They're on our YouTube channel. Please check them out. I'll try to leave a link in the description below, but check them out. They're awesome.
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Not that I know of.
All right. So again, big question mark coming into the boxing. This is going to determine the pace, the momentum, the rest of the chess game. It all comes down to this. Mouthpieces are going in, gloves are coming on. Oh my God.
For folks at home, we're doing gear checks. They're running with no headgear. We also have we're checking every part of the body. That's what I should say here. Yes. We're playing fair both in chess and in the boxing ring. 90 seconds.
Yeah, if one of us wanted headgear, so if Lawrence was like, no headgear, man, we're just going to scrap it out, and I'm like, actually, I want headgear, we would have both had headgear. Same with the cup or girdle, which goes around the waist. The same rule applies. Lawrence and I spoke beforehand. We both agreed. We talked about obviously not going below the belt. We both know each other, respect each other, and we're not in that business. Accidents can happen, but we were both like pretty interested in going without, and then headgear without as well. So we both agreed to go without anything, just fight au naturel.
Here now, I think the first 2 minutes looked amazing in terms of how the chess was played.
Right.
They played sharp, they played quick. I'm excited to see them play chess after this next 90 seconds.
Yes, and I'm worried for them because they will likely gas out. Like that is what we've seen a lot.
I want to see straight punches, no slaps.
Okay.
At the break and stop, you step
and in the ring right now, the man that has overseen.
I will say there's one thing that caught me off guard here. Like, yeah, I get the speech, but when I was watching the other chess boxing bouts over the course of the evening, they would come in, they would do like the little speech about, fair play, like, et cetera, et cetera. They might say touch gloves if you want. And then they'll send you back to your corner the same way that I've seen in almost every boxing and every, even MMA fight. They send you back to the corner and then they start the fight. I think Lawrence and myself were both kind of shocked at how quickly this fight started. We got to the middle. He said like 1 or 2 lines. And then as you're about to see, the fucking thing just starts.
Seen more chess boxing matches than anyone else on the planet. Volfango Frizzi, the head of the Italian Chess Boxing Federation and head of rules and regulations for the World Chess Boxing Organization.
Oh, we start early?
Nice, clean jab landed for
big
right hand, big left hand.
This is not what I expected.
So yeah, I mean, I'm probably gonna let most of this watch through the first time the boxing, and then I'll go back and replay some parts. But I will just say, like, right off the bat, when Lawrence kind of spun around and his back was to me, that was a huge confidence boost, because to me, that feels like something that no seasoned boxer does. Like, your back is never to your opponent in the ring, period.
A big flurry. Both landing shots.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he's caught him.
Still landing lefts and rights is Aman. Lawrence sneaking in jabs. Big shots landed for both fighters so far. Another big...
I mean, obviously, I was pumped the fuck up. Like, I think I was the only fight of the night to actually have a legitimate knockout, where the guy's on the mat. I mean, when you take up the concept of boxing, you're like, oh yeah, I could box, I could chess box. This is what you dream of, like knocking someone to the canvas with your fists. So, literally, picture perfect.
Oh my God, the first knockout of the match. Bofago giving the standing 8 count for Lawrence Trent. Aman hyped as hell in his corner.
That was a massive left hand from Aman Hambleton.
We knew going in he was the better chess player, but I did not know he was the better boxer.
Back to business. Lawrence landing 2 jabs to keep Aman at bay.
Aman's looking for the finish with 45 seconds on the clock.
Those were hitting.
Halfway through the boxing round.
No
Those punches
defense
were
to be
hitting.
seen
The
from either.
grapple. Lawrence grapples, comes to recover, separates, and back to action. All right, a little bit slower pace coming back.
30 seconds. They're going to be a little more tired right there at this point, Matt.
Oh, a couple of big punches from Lawrence.
Lawrence finds his distance, lands a clean cross right over the top, right on the chin of Aman. Oh, a good slip and counter right for Aman.
Oh, he hurt him. Oh, the referee steps in.
Another
Giving him a
stoppage.
second count.
Oh, the fight's over. It is all over. Aman Hambleton by TKO.
And master
TKO, baby. I mean, that just felt good. There's no way to explain it. I do want to go back and look at some of the fight there, because it's almost embarrassing looking back now. Like, I'm proud of my training, and I think my punches hit harder than probably even you guys watching could appreciate. Like, I do have some heavy hands, but the technique was a little bit out the window there, and it was part of a bit of a game plan that we were trying to pour it on Lawrence early. Like, that was a game plan. That's a game plan that we talked about behind the scenes. I'm not sure if we included too much of that in the vlogs on purpose, but it was something that, you know, if you talked to my coach, he would have been sharing that, before the fight. So that was absolutely a game plan of ours. So if we go back a bit here, I want to go back to the start, that first flurry, because that's when the nerves are. Like, you just started chess boxing for the first time, and I think I was the one that got hit first here.
Federation and head of rules and regulations for World Chess Boxing Organization.
Yeah. So I got tagged right there with the left, and here's the thing I'll say about Lawrence's shots. Like, Lawrence is a good boxer for sure. He's got a good jab, but the thing is, I think I trained to take a punch. I've never been punched before. I'll be straight up, but in my training and sparring, I took some heavy punches. Like, my jaw was like, I just couldn't move it. Like, it was really hurting. Took some uppercuts to the jaw, took some big shots to the forehead, some hooks. I was sparring with my coach, and as I mentioned earlier, like, my coach is just on a level that Lawrence can't be at. So if I was taking his punches, Lawrence's punches just felt soft in comparison. It's not because they were, but I think I just trained myself to take a punch. I think I can take a punch. So Lawrence was tagging me a decent bit in this fight, I'm not going to lie, but it was more like just the inconvenience. Like, you know, you just kind of get popped, and it's a significant strike, counts against me, but it wasn't stopping my bull rush kind of attack that I was doing.
Start early.
Nice clean jab landed for...
Yeah, so that felt good. Like, just a clean, like, little 1-2 there, and it was like, as he was spinning, the punch kind of spun him around even more, and when his back went to me, you can see my coach in the corner. He is hyped as hell. That was a great way to start the fight, because I knew in that moment that I had a very good shot, because I just felt like, man, you're never supposed to let that happen. I don't know if that's true. I could be over-exaggerating this, but my strong feeling was like, no, if their back is going to the fighter, then you have the wrong instincts. Your instinct should always be to take it head on and use, you know, either counter or defend.
Oh! Big right hand, big left hand.
This is...
So a lot of those punches, that whole flurry that you just saw there, like, a lot of those were actually landing. I want to actually just go, maybe, I'm probably going to mute this because you know, it always sounds weird in when it's slowed down. But if you look at these punches, like that left hits, and the thing is, like, I missed a lot of those there. Actually, I hit less than I thought. But one thing I will say is that on the replay, these kind of look like taps or like, I don't know, not a big deal. In that ring, man, they were feeling heavy. Like I was hitting Lawrence in the face, and I could see he felt it. I felt like all my power transferring through my arm. But on replay, sometimes it just doesn't look that bad. So early on, he got me, and then I got him with that 1-2. And again, it doesn't look like much, but it spun him around. That left hit him right in the bottom of the chin. I definitely missed a lot of shots there. So he kind of recovers a bit. That shot misses. That shot hurt bad, I want to say. Like, I felt that one connect. That left to his chin, and then followed by a right. Like, I felt like I was really, really hitting him hard. And then that left as well. Like these are big shots. Left, right kind of misses. That left hits him pretty. That might have been one of my hardest shots. Right, so this left hand, boom, right on the. It was like he was kind of going down a little bit, so it was like right on the, almost like the middle of the forehead, and that's like, you know, that's a shot where I've still got so much more like rotation and extension. So I'm just transferring so much right in the top of his head. So that one was a super hard shot. And then here, he's definitely, like, you can tell by his legs here and the way he's running and moving, like he has the instinct to keep the jab going, but you can tell he's dazed. So I was kind of hunting for something here. I knew that I sensed this was a good moment to pounce, but you'll see, like, my technique is lacking. I've got my hands down, like, in certain moments, but it's because I was trying to be ultra aggressive, part of our strategy, and I felt like I could also take a punch. I had felt him hit me a few times this round, and it didn't feel that scary. So now I regroup a little bit. And I'm trying to, basically at this point, I feel that he's super dazed. And I'm trying to basically head movement my way in so that I can get one of his hands out, and then take advantage. Because I felt that he was dazed at the moment. And obviously, big connection there. Like that shot there is, that's a lot of power that he's getting hit with. So that one hit very clean. And then that shot right there, I mean, I'm like a professional freeze framer. But that shot right there is like, obviously there's a reason it knocked him down. But you can just see I was able to move my head, get inside his guard. So it means like when his hands are out, my head is actually like in between them a little bit. So if my hand is like at the end of his arms, then maybe it's like I can barely reach him. But I'm inside his guard and hitting him from, you know, with the hooks. So at this point, I had just made it inside the guard and 2 clean lefts hit. So he was in trouble. You can see my coach, by the way, literally like a meme, you know, like a new Twitch emote right there. Shout out to Coach Brandon. You'll definitely know him if you watched our vlogs on the chessbrah channel. But he was hype as hell. You know, he's the reason my mentality was right and my training cardio was all right for this match. But he was hyped as hell in the corner. And me leaning in there was like, honestly, like, I don't know if it was like I was proud of what I did. It's like, it felt like I was just letting out that feeling of being so doubted by everybody. Like, you guys know who you are. Y'all watching on YouTube. I've seen you guys on my vlogs. All these comments like, Aman, you need to pick up your hands when you box. You should turn your hips more. And it's like, okay, to a certain degree. Obviously, I love the feedback. But it's so easy to be a coach general, just an armchair warrior, telling people how to box. It's like, no, the average person definitely doesn't have any clue. It's also easy to look like a total amateur. So I definitely definitely had a lot of people that were thinking I had no clue how to box. And it's like, why were people so confident in Lawrence? Like, he's posting these random like Twitter things of him training perfectly. I don't know. I didn't see any reason why I should be such an underdog. So this just felt like I was getting all that off my chest, and I was kind of like, ugh, like, you know, I can actually throw some hands. By no means am I saying my technique is fantastic, but I worked hard and my hands are heavy. My hands are heavy. So we had this happen. We're still in slow-mo here. Obviously, me and the coach are just, I'm so hyped. Like, you just have no idea. Like, knocking someone down in the ring, got that mean mug on, it just feels special. It feels really special. That's what you dream of when you train boxing. It's like, that's what goes through your head. Like, oh yeah. And then this punch is going to knock him down, and then it actually happened. So I was just like in another world. All right, then we go back together. I'm trying to connect here. I miss a lot. My stance is also a little weird. I'm hyper aggressive. Yeah, technique is just out the window here. Dang. Don't even know what to say. Here, he's like hanging on for dear life. I'm trying to break because I know I just need to get the hell out of there, and I want to punch him again. I know that I've just knocked him down, so he can't be all there in the head. And then here, so he basically tags me with a few shots. Like, he tags me, okay, barely there. I know that I just need to, once again, get inside. So he tags me a little bit there, definitely got me there with the left. And then you'll see he gets me here, boom, again with the left a little bit. I'm swinging, I'm missing. Gets me there with the left, the jab. Gets me there, probably his best shot with the jab. But again, it's like, it just felt like, ugh. And then I was back. I wasn't thrown off by it. I wasn't too hurt by it. I mean, they were hard shots, but I had taken like way harder punches. So it was annoying, but man, I felt like I was so close. I just needed to get another flurry in. So I was being hyper aggressive. But that was his best shot for sure. That one missed, and then I was able, that one hit the chin, that one hit the chin, and that one was a clean shot as well. That one right on the button. So I hit him with like 4 or 5 very hard shots there. And the ref came in to stop it, break us up, and basically Lawrence was so wobbly at the end. You guys will see it in a sec from a much better angle. I'm going to bring the regular speed and put the sound back on, and we can conclude the fight here. But yeah, I was over the moon.
Wins over Lawrence Trent by TKO.
And Lawrence is fuming. He's not happy with the ref's decision, unfortunately.
So aggravated.
Out of our control. At the end of the day, talk to me about the ref, what they get to do, what they get to call.
Yeah, so much momentum was in favor after those stoppages of Amon. Punch after punch landed. Stunning Lawrence. Volfungo looked in the eyes of Lawrence Trent.
I thought this was, I mean, I actually don't remember this happening live because I could just barely hear. The stadium was electric, but watching that back, you can actually see, and I'll replay it because I think it's kind of a nice moment. I'm so thankful that I found the coach that I did. We just got along so well from day one, but you can see him here. As soon as I won, he's like, grabbed me by the shoulder. He said, "I'm so fucking proud of you. So fucking proud." So you can hear that if you listen closely, or you can just read the lips right here.
Punch after punch landed. Stunning Lawrence. Volfungo looked in the eyes of Lawrence Trent, made the call that only the ref can call, which is to call the fight in favor of TKO to Grandmaster Amon.
And what are you seeing in those eyes? Is it like not a response? Is it seeming like...
Exactly. When you're struck and there's a potential concussion, you can see
here's the replay.
Eyes, you can see a lack of focus.
Oh, big.
And you can see the arms are out, the eyes are, you know, watching a slideshow movie. Like he's somewhere else. So that was a pretty sick knockout, I'm not gonna lie.
Strikes. You can see the eyes rolling back. That was Amon in his first knockdown. This was the second standing count.
Big shot landing right on the chin, hands up. And you see that stumbling, the lack of control over steps as part of what Volfungo saw.
And then, yeah, I don't know. Like, if you watch that, he took about 5 or 6 steps while he was stumbling. He's not there. And here's the last thing I'll say just about ref stoppages. Number one, you knew what you signed up for. This is an influencer event. Refs are going to be more lenient. We're not here to watch anyone bleed all over the canvas. We're not here to watch anyone get seriously hurt. if there's even a whiff of that maybe about to happen, they're going to call the fight. So you kind of have to understand that going in. Also, I think it's a totally fair stoppage. While it looks like, by the time the refs counting to 3, he's like, I'm totally fine. It's like, yeah, you are totally fine, but the refs counted to 3. It's also been like 3 seconds since we were separated. That's like 5 or 6 seconds where I've been told to not punch you, and if I wasn't, I would still be punching you. So picture all those wobbly steps with punches coming in as well. Okay, maybe I would have missed them, but the point is, like, that's not a chance the ref's going to take because you could get seriously injured. So I've heard a lot of people be like, oh, the stoppage, blah, blah, blah. It's like, look, I had a better position in the chess. I'm like crushing there, feeling very good. At my level, I think the position I had is a serious advantage. It might look even, but trust me, I'm extremely comfortable there. So the chess was going amazing. And then even if the ref didn't stop the fight here, it's like the boxing is clearly going well. So it wasn't like I got lucky in some random win. Plus, I do think it was a super fair stoppage. And to Lawrence's credit, although he complained about it at the time, he's a competitor. He wanted to keep fighting. He spoke to me personally afterwards, and he took to Twitter to write that he actually agreed with the stoppage. It was actually fair. I did get him early with a lot of punches, and yeah, he was wobbly. He wasn't all there. It's kind of like when you're drunk and you're telling people like, I'm fine, I'm not drunk, and it's like to everyone else they're just looking at you and they're like, no man, you're drunk. And in your head at the time you're like, no, I'm completely fine. And it's like, that's why we have refs.
He wasn't able to intelligently defend himself. And let's go to Germa in the ring for the interview and the winner.
So that was a crazy one, but your winner by TKO, Aman.
Aman Hamilton, the Grandmaster, takes it down. The two hug it out. Lawrence.
Now Lawrence.
And Lawrence is, obviously we hugged it out there. We spoke after. We were even trying to meet up at the same bar after the fight to have a drink together. We did have a cheers together at the after party. But point is, like, Lawrence and I have been, I think he kind of put it best. We've known each other for a long time. We're not like super close, but there's definitely, we're definitely buds, I would say. So we definitely chatted all about the fight and like training and all that. So we're on good terms, for anyone wondering. And yeah, I mean, he talked a lot beforehand, so I definitely went there with a little bit of a chip on my shoulder. But I mean, that's just for the fight. Afterwards, obviously, it's all good.
Lawrence, come on over here if you will.
Gonna have a few words, I'm sure.
Now, Lawrence, you seem pretty upset about that last.
Enough. I'm not hurt enough. It's ridiculous. I mean, come on. I've been
Yeah,
coherent. I can talk.
Oh, unfortunately, it's a hell of a fight.
I didn't. We barely made round one. I'm disappointed, you know.
Aman.
I mean, I skipped most of that interview because it's pretty much what I was just saying. He's a competitor. He's upset that we didn't get more time to fight. He also put a lot of work in, so it's like he lost a lot of weight, put a lot of work in. Chess boxing is something he's actually done before, so I get it. He wanted a longer fight, but hey, I came in there and I clipped him early, and that was my game plan. I wanted to rock him early and just keep the pressure on, and I got a stoppage.
Congratulations again.
It is so
Quick
funny.
fight, but it was a good fight.
I did it.
How do you feel about the chess portion? Everyone thought that was going to be pretty evenly matched potentially.
Was there a chess portion?
Yeah, shout out to Germa, you know. Yeah, man, I was just the first thing that came to my mind, honestly. Like, but that did come from a place of like, I honestly didn't think the chess mattered that much. I could barely remember what was going on. I don't think the chess was relevant. Like, for me, this fight was all about the boxing. So I meant it when I was like, honestly, was there a chess portion? Like, I came here to box.
How do you feel about the boxing then?
I feel proud. Put in the work and it showed.
You put on a hell of a show, came out aggressive, came out ready to fight, and he's your winner. Aman, your winner.
Let's go for chessbrah.
Wear it proud.
There we go. We got the belt, baby. It's actually right behind me. You can see up there. Yeah, it's a heavy belt, actually. It's huge. So getting that thing in the luggage back was a mission and a half, but we did it. But yeah, I mean, final thoughts, like it was really fun to be a part of. Like, I can't say enough that I felt so indebted to the fact that I have good friends and good team around me. You know, I had you know, like Eric, who does so much behind the scenes to make something like this happen. I take this stuff so serious, like probably to my own detriment. I was training in the gym like 4 times a week. I was taking it serious. I was eating all the time, which means I was tired all the time, sleeping more, like just, you know, kind of felt lethargic and unproductive. I wasn't working as hard on, you know, what I should have been working on, like normal stuff. You know, I wasn't streaming as much. So Eric shoulders so much of that work when I go off and do something like this. He did similar when I was you know, going for my GM title back in 2017. That's how, you know, the channel has always worked. You know, when Eric's grinding something, I pick up the slack and vice versa. Jeff was filming everything, being there, catching all the moments, putting together those nice vlogs. Go watch them. We had Dylan in-house, Big Dill, making sure that the robe looked nice, that the whole outfit looked nice. I had the red and black situation going on. Making sure, I mean, he was cooking meals in-house so that I was eating all the time and gaining that 15 pounds that I put on, more than 15 pounds. So just having like a support system means a lot. Having 50 people show up to the arena in person in LA, chessbrah fans, making it loud in the section there, all that mattered, all that contributed to my mental and just how I felt on fight night. So yeah, but I put in the work and I'm proud. Like I got a knock out, a knockdown, you know, head to canvas. That's all I can ask for. It literally couldn't have gone better. First round knockout, fight gets called. The chess position was fine as well. So yeah, what can I say? I'm happy to undertake it. I think I learn things quick. I take to them. I get really like grindy about it. Like I just want to do it all the time to get better and improve at it once I start a new thing. So chess boxing, I took it very seriously. But yeah, I appreciate all you guys supporting me. We got the KO, and most important, we you know, proved the doubters wrong, the haters. You know, I can box. Wasn't polished, but I had a game plan where I was going to sacrifice a little technique early on, go ultra aggressive, and hey, it paid off. So as I said earlier, check out our vlog series. I hope you guys also enjoyed this reaction video. Got the KO, baby. Chess Boxing Champ. I'll see you guys for the next video.